Okay, hello and welcome back. Time to continue with this extra story, and let's jump in the next stage. Now, I so far I have to say that this is one of the better and one of the more interesting stories in the game, and I do like the atmosphere, and I do like the direction where it is going so far, and it should be one of the better stories overall in the game. Even though this is a side story, you can tell that the developers did put a lot of work into this, and it is so far a very enjoyable experience, and I am very curious to see what will happen in the final boss battle. Now, as for the characters that are in, there are a couple new characters, and I do like all of the characters that are in currently in the game, and I am also very curious about the upcoming characters. Now, Rosetta here is also known as a forest ranger, or should I say she is part of the forest rangers, and they usually live, I think, in Siberia, or not in Siberia, but in the polar circles, and that is her place of origin. Now, she did join us after all, because it's better to join forces in such a harsh environment, and I think her joining Eden is actually a very, very interesting thing. And I don't know if it was kind of expected. I mean, I certainly did not expect that to happen, but in the end, it did, and it did leave for a very interesting and for a very well written story, which I am looking forward to play right now. And later, in another video, I'll be playing the character, and I'll be talking about the character's characteristics, and I'll be giving a guide on Rosetta, which I think is important because this character is indeed very fun to play. Okay, well, let's jump in the next chapter. I mean, let's jump in the next stage. So, let's see. And I have to say, this story so far was very long, and it was very long and very interesting, which I do like. Okay, let me quickly clear all of these enemies. Okay, very nice. So far I have to say, the game plays very smooth, and all of the characters. The game actually became smoother in this new update, which is very interesting. Aha, okay, so looks like I'll be playing as Rosetta right now. Just pay attention to the background. I think this is a base that they did find. I mean, this is after all, this appears to be like a base of some sorts. Okay, this is going smoothly so far. Well, that was the last enemy. That was very good. Okay, well, that wasn't the last enemy. Oh, looks like I have to interact with this mecha. Okay, well, that's a friendly. Okay, interesting. For a moment I thought that I had to fight that one too, but turns out it is a friendly after all, so that's good. The railgun did a lot of damage to all of these enemies, which is impressive, and the railgun does do a lot of damage. That's one of my favorite features for this character. It definitely has to be that railgun. That railgun is doing so much damage, and it also sounds very nice. Well, this is the last enemy. Okay, well, that was a very this was a very interesting stage. So now we can play two characters in the same stage. Well, that's interesting. That's a new interesting feature that I do like. Now the background is still looking very amazing. I do love the backgrounds in the game. The developers do definitely a lot of work to create these backgrounds, and that is very interesting to know. Now what I'm curious is, are we eventually going to have a stage or a map that takes place in another planet in the system? That's what I'm curious about, since I think they do have the technology for that, so they can theoretically do that. Interesting. So this is okay, well, this is a new area. So I think this is now the entrance to the base. Okay. This appears to be well, this map is absolutely huge. Oh my god. Just look at the size of this map. Now, I think the current goal here of this mission is to find what's at the center of the map. Since if you remember, in chapter 12 we did have that one boss. Since if you remember, in chapter 12 we did have a very good boss battle, and we still did not find the original character. We still did not find original Ku, which is well, I have to admit, this map looks very nice. This map looks very nice. And what do I have to do here? There is a console command, so I think that I have to interact with that. A, B, or C? I'll go with B. Why not? I have a good feeling about B. Let's see what will happen. So the current goal here is to reach the center of the base, at which something is apparently hiding, and the mission is to find or destroy whatever is at the center of the base, which will be interesting, since I do have a theory on what could be at the center of this base. Now, one thing that I am not quite sure of is this base a so-called hidden base, a secret base, or is this a location that was previously known, but the characters didn't have any objective here? That's the question. So I think that's a very interesting question, and I am very curious to know if they did know about the existence of this location that I am currently at. But I have to say though, they did a very good job at designing the overall map. It looks very highly detailed, and I do like highly detailed maps, especially maps like these, since they do show the potential of the game. And one of the other things that I am looking forward in this game is, besides the open world, I do look forward for a lot of the other new game modes that they are going to introduce into the game. Okay, well, this cutscene so far is very interesting. Now, speaking of cutscenes, I really hope that there are cutscenes in this story. There were cutscenes in the previous extra story, and I am looking forward for cutscenes in this one. And when I say cutscenes, I do mean the 3D rendered cutscenes, which I think might be very interesting, and we will see what will happen. There is still a lot of unknown in the game, and I am going to be very curious to see what will happen. Okay, well, still in the... Well, I guess this is still the entrance of the base. Although this looks more like a cave, but I think this is just... I think this is just the entrance of the base. Okay, let's... Now I have to say, these new enemies are very interesting, and I like their attack pattern. And these developers so far did surprise us with new and difficult enemies, with mostly every update, which is indeed very interesting. Okay, let's turn this on. And, well, I guess this is the... Oh, it's not the end of the stage. Okay. It's just a cutscene. Okay, well, let the fight continue. Well, I think this will be the end of the stage actually, since... okay. Yeah, this will be the end of the stage, since the current... The way is blocked. And I think I'll have to somehow destroy that. Okay, well, on to the next stage. Now, by this picture you can already tell that this base has been abandoned for a while. Although I'm not quite sure why does this base still have opponents. I mean, I'm not quite sure why this base does have enemies. Alright, on to the next chapter, on to the next stage. I keep on mixing next stage and next chapter for some reason. Oh well, a cinematic entry. Nice. Very nice. Looks like Rosetta has been waiting for us over here. Okay. I have to say though, this map looks very pretty, and they did a very good job on the map design here, which is very impressive. Okay, well, let's see what I have to do here. Aha, I see. So I have to destroy these blocks of ice. Okay. Well, that was weird. I did hit a invisible barrier there. And let's follow the path since... Oh, okay. Well, looks like following the path did work out since... Wait, I did switch to Rosetta now. Okay, well that's interesting. Well, this was very nice. This was very nice. Okay, let's keep on moving. Okay, now I can speed up by using... I almost actually went straight to the... objective there, without even knowing where the objective was. That was interesting. Okay, on to the next stage. Let's see. And I have to say, the rewards are very nice so far. And the length of the story is very nice, and I do like how they made this. They made this lengthy and they made this very nice. What is this? What is this Ascendant doing here? Did not expect to see this one here. Okay. Now I think that one will be the boss, and I am already excited to fight the boss. Since the bosses in this game are usually very fun to fight, and they also can be very difficult, which makes this game unique, and that makes the game separate. That makes the game stand out from the rest. Now, this boss does definitely look a lot different from the previous forms that we did have as bosses, because this is the original, and it was known that this boss didn't have its original form in the previous chapters, but now, since they did locate the boss's location, they now know how the boss looks, and now the boss will be engaged in, I think, in a couple minutes from now I will be progressing to a boss battle. Okay, well, ooh, that's not looking good. I think the boss is angry now. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, let's hop in. Well, this looks like a boss area, doesn't it? This looks like a boss area. Oh my god. Well, this will be fun. So I have to destroy these pillars. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's proceed to the first one. And I think, yeah, that's the boss in the background. Yeah, that's definitely the boss in the background. Well, this will be fun. Okay, let's go to the first one. Let's see, I think I can interact with it. Well, I can't interact with it. Alright, well, then I'll destroy it, since that's the objective currently. Wait, what? Okay, so after destroying these, you will have a mini boss battle. Alright, well, these bosses don't appear to be that difficult. Alright, that's one boss down, and yeah, I could have sniped that if I had more chargers, but I didn't. And that's the next boss. Alright, let's see, I'll switch back to Alpha. Just in time for sword waves. That was very smooth. Just if I did want to plan it. That was good. And the ultimate did its job perfectly fine. Okay. Well, let's go on to the next pillar. And I think this will be the... Well, actually there's three more of these pillars to take out. Well, that was a very interesting stage. Now, since I think we had to destroy these in order to unlock the boss chamber, and now the boss chamber should be unlocked, and now I should be able to jump in, and I should be able to clear the boss just fine. Now, I'm very curious to see how the boss will rock, and I'm very curious to see how the boss's moves will look like. I do expect a very difficult boss battle, and since we didn't have a very difficult boss for some time now. I mean, the last boss was difficult, but it wasn't very difficult, and I am looking for a challenge, and let's see if I will get what I asked for, which would be very funny if the boss turns out to be too difficult for me. Okay, this is the boss chamber, and yep, the boss is now 100% awake, and the boss doesn't like the presence of Rosetta, which will lead to some very, very interesting moments, I think. Well, I think the boss battle is about to start, and Let's see how this will work. I am very curious to see how this will turn out, since this is a long-awaited boss battle for me, and I am curious to see what will happen. Alright, well, the dialogue is still there, and the dialogues are definitely getting longer with every update, which is not bad. It is actually very good that these dialogues are getting longer and longer. Well, this isn't what I did expect. Alright, well, I guess there is still more things to do before the boss battle. I mean, after all, the stage... What? Wait, what the hell happened here? Okay, well, this is weird. Did not expect a Rosetta to change forms all of a sudden. Well, this was a very fast boss battle. I mean, I did fight Rosetta I did fight the boss for a long time now. And she became a easy boss, actually, if I were to be honest. But there is, of course, more fights. Well, this was a very unexpected boss battle. It was kind of weird to fight these shadows, but at the same time it was kind of expected. And now I have to fight Rosetta with Rosetta. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, the boss will... Wait, what? What was that? Very nice. Okay, the boss got blasted by Rosetta's railgun. Okay, very nice. That was a very interesting stage. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for, the boss battle. And well, I have to say, the background looks amazing. Oh my god, this looks absolutely amazing. I think the developers did it again. This is going to be a very good boss battle. I can already see it happening. Okay, well, I hope that everyone is ready. I hope that you're ready. This is going to be a very interesting battle. And I already smell that this will be very, very interesting, since I do think that the developers did change a little bit how things work. Since I think that the developers did change some things here regarding the boss, and I think they especially changed things regarding this particular boss, because so far everything was kind of similar, if not the same, with the boss's health bar, But I do think that they changed something here, since I did hear some rumors that they did change how this boss works. And I am curious to see how they changed those things, since I think it will be very interesting to see what they actually have done with this boss, and it will be also interesting to see if they changed a lot of things. If they did, then it will be one of the best boss battles that I've ever had so far in the game. And let's see what will happen. I am very curious.
停下了重合也没什么大不了的，我一定要让整个航线联合得到活下去的权利。
Well, this will be a cinematic boss battle. Okay. Well, I'll be focusing on the combat. So far so good. The boss is absolutely amazing, by the way. This is one of the most fun fights that I've had in this game so far. It is well made. They did a fantastic job with this game. Well, this was one of the best boss battles that I've had so far. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I did enjoy this battle a lot, and it is one of the best boss battles in the game so far. I am impressed. I am really impressed by this boss, and oh man. And there is still more to the story here, since there is still, I think, one or two more chapters left to be played. Now, this boss is what I was expecting to be released into the game somehow, and they actually did make a boss that is around my expectations. And the only thing that I would wish that they added is that the boss was a little bit more difficult, since the boss didn't do a lot of damage, and it was easy to fight, although it wasn't quite too easy, but it was still kind of easy to fight the boss. And I would like if this boss was more difficult, since this is, I think the more difficult boss will be in the challenge stages afterwards, which I'll be playing also. And I am very curious to see how difficult this boss can actually get in those stages. But overall, it was a perfect boss battle, and I did enjoy this a lot. They did a very good job with this, and it is also impressive how the game runs smooth during all of these animations. During all of these effects, and the game still was smooth. That was impressive. And of course, I also did expect the game to be running smooth, since it is not punishing Grey even if it's not running smooth. Okay, well, I think this is the next stage. Yeah, it is the next stage. Okay. So I can already guess that this whole cave now is collapsing, and my objective here is to escape, I think. Well, that was the wrong button. Didn't want to press the attack button, but unfortunately I did, and I took damage for it. Okay, I see where I have to go. You just have to avoid all of this falling debris. Well, that was close. The mech almost became a pancake. Okay, there is I see the exit. I see the marker that marks the exit, I think. Let's see what happens. The way is blocked again. Can I destroy this? I can't. Alright, well. Since I can't destroy it, then... Wait, what? They opened it for me. Okay, well, that was weird. That was weird. Let me then walk over there. Why not? Okay, now I can tap on the button, and well, I wasn't aware that this mech can jump. Okay, I'll go this way. Let's see if it's the wrong decision. It would be funny if this mech gets... Wait, what? Oh, okay. I can fast forward to the... Wait, what? Why did it cut into a cutscene? Are you serious? The mech became a pancake. Okay, well, I guess I couldn't avoid that from happening. Alright, well, I did not expect that to happen. I did not expect that to happen. Well, at least the commander survived with Rosetta, I think. Well, they survived. Alright, well, the commander is hurt, I guess, so now Rosetta will have to carry the commander outside of this base, since they are, after all, still trapped inside of the base, and they are still looking for a way out. Well, definitely a very impressive very impressive story, and so far a very impressive update that we did get with this game, and I do expect the next update to be better than this, although we will see. And I am also curious what will they do with the main storyline, since they are still on chapter 12. What will happen to chapter 13? That's the question. That's the question that I am curious about, and I am very curious to see what will they do with the main story, since I don't know, I think the main story will be also very interesting. And well, we are slowly nearing the end of the video, and I have to say it is a longer one. I haven't had a 30 plus I haven't had a 30 plus minute long video in a while, and this will be around 37 minutes, which is indeed impressive. Well, that was the final cutscene, I guess, and well, I guess they made it out alive in the end. Well then, this was a very, very good stage and a very, very good story update, and I am very glad that I did have the chance to play this, and I did hope that you enjoyed. And with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.